What do you think the Niners should do? I mean, they got a lot of different. They have a need at every single position. They could take a tight end or a running back. They could do whatever they want. What would you do?
Will Campbell or bust, to be honest.
Will Campbell or bust? Why do you like as a fellow offensive lineman? What do you respect about Will Campbell?
His physicality and the way he speaks. He's very vocal and he's very much a leader in the LSU locker room.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I feel about how Will Campbell is. That's what I look up to for sure.
Just plug him in at right tackle. End of story.
Yeah, and then wait till Trent leaves and kind of like how they did. What's the guy out of Iowa at Tampa Bay? What's it?
Oh, worse.
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah, yes.
The left after a few years, once the other old ass left tackle they got over there, they used to have.
Yeah, what was his name? I forget his name, but yeah, I know what you mean. Donovan Smith.
Donovan Smith, yeah, and they plugged him over there once he left. Yeah, I think that's what they should do if they draft him, which they should draft him.
What if he's not available?
Banks, get the guy out of Texas.
You like Banks?
Yeah, I think go trenches, either O-line or D-line. That's what makes your team. O-line.
Yeah, and I feel like the thing about O-line is it's harder to find really good starting offensive linemen because on D-line, you can platoon defensive linemen. You could have the 2-down run stuffer, the 3rd down designated pass rusher, but on the offensive line, you got to play all the snaps. You got to play all the snaps.
Every week. Know this. You got to know this. You got to know that. You got to know what you got to know the technique he's in, what you're about to do, the guy next to you is about to do. You got to be real smart to play O-line.
Yep. And it's it's hard to find good ones. If you're trying to find one in free agency, starters start at $20 million a year just because they're hard to find. And if you're going to draft them and develop them, it's rare to find a Dominic Pooney who's going to be a good starter as a rookie. A lot of times they take a year or two to develop the strength and the mental acuity to do all of it.
And
so it's a long season. You see with the Eagles, a lot of times they'll draft an offensive lineman a year or two before they need one. They drafted Cam Jurgens a year or two because they knew Kelsey was going to retire. So you got McKivitz going to be a free agent next year. Trent Williams is going to be 37. I think you got to start preparing.
Yeah, they should get preparing. They should get one right now. Just like when you're
they would have gotten Roger Rosengarten last year in round 2 if he had been available, but he wasn't, and they got Green instead, who's a good player. But this year, if it's not round 1, it's got to be round 2. And it can't be a guard. It's got to be a freaking tackle.
Yeah, that's how they haven't drafted a tackle since 2021.
Yep, Jalen Moore, who's trying to leave. Yep.
He'll be a free agent next month. So it's like, are they going to resign him? Or
are they going to draft you know what they're going to do? Well, they don't have a 5th-round pick. They'll trade down to round 5. No. They got in trouble last year.
Yeah, they had to give up that pick. Yeah.
They had to give up that 5th-round pick, which almost felt like the league being like, oh, we know you guys are good in round 5. That's the one we're taking. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the only round they're good at drafted 5th.
But I could see the Niners waiting until day 3 to take an offensive tackle and just kind of taking one to say they took one. Hey, we got McKivitz in round 5. You got McKivitz in round 5. Like,
And he's allowed like 30 sacks in 30 games. 21 sacks in like 34 games.
That's right.
That's who they want.
That's right. I looked it up this morning. Everyone's like, oh man, McKivitz improved so much this year. Dude, he gave up 8 sacks, which is true. It's a big improvement from the 13 he gave up in 2023.
He did improve.
Like 8?
8 sacks, though. 8. That's a lot.
And the quarterback's mobile. Oof. Yeah.
Kind of sad, to be honest.
Kind of sad.
And wasn't he a guard? Didn't they draft him to be a guard type?
Yeah, and they cut him, and he was on their practice squad, and now he's a starting right tackle for them. You could do a lot better. I don't think he would start for any of the other teams that are in the playoffs, but that's my take.
Else. Brendel and him wouldn't start on the Ravens. They wouldn't start on the Chargers, anywhere. They wouldn't start.